Deme D, man. It's the DagogetaTv. It's your guy Deme D. This is another episode of On Deck with Deme interview series, and I'm here with the lovely talent. I'm here with YaH-Ra, straight from the West Coast. Dope MC, dope lyricist, vocalist. Thank you for pulling up with On Deck with Deme. It's a pleasure. You know, we met online. Now we get to chop it up, and I've been following your music ever since. Been a couple of years. So yeah, thank you for pulling up.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
No, man, Cali in the building. Cali in the building. Yeah, you know, salute to Harlem. This is what we do. Film some of my stuff out in Harlem. What I like to start On Deck with Deme with, though, especially with somebody like you, who I consider definitely an authentic artist. You know, very versatile, very progressive with your music. What does hip hop mean to you?
Hip hop means my life. It means my life. It's just everything I do. The way I dress. Look what I got on. The way I wear my jewelry. The way I make my art. The way I talk. The way I pick my friends.
No doubt.
Yep.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, it's not just music. It's our culture as Black Americans. Specifically Black Americans from the hood.
Right.
It's our culture. It's our identity. So it means my life. Because it's my identity and our identity.
And you represent it right.
Thank you.
I want to start what you're doing now, and then we'll double back to, you know, some of your journey.
Okay.
So right now you are with Gold Chain Music. What's that setup? Is that label? Is that management?
Planet Asia's label, Gold Chain Music. I also have my own label called Aurora Music Group. At the moment, it's a label, but it's not like they manage us. And we can turn music in that goes under that umbrella anytime. Nice. We're not forced to.
Right. It's just more like you know, some push, some backing.
And then we have our crew compilations.
Nice.
So that's pretty much the purpose of that crew, I would say.
Okay, and you said that kind of casually though, like, you know, like Planet Asia is someone who's been in the game. I guess we're going on 20 plus years at this point, consistently releasing music. And y'all have collaborated a few times. How did that come about? Like, to get the green light from someone like that, that shows that you're nice, because he's not looking for the fluff.
No. He doesn't care what you look like. He doesn't care how many followers you have. He just cares if you can rap. Everyone in my crew can rap, no matter what. I met Planet Asia. We followed each other on socials for a while. I DM'd him and asked how much for a feature. And so he then invited me to him and Mussolini's music video shoot in Orange County. So I went, I met them both and a lot of other cool people. And then he was like, no charge. So then I sent him a song within a day. I was so excited. I got a beat from Python P. Shout out to him. Okay. He's one of Ab-Soul's producers. So I got the beat, recorded my verse, got it back to him within 24 hours.
Got to.
I was excited. So then he laid his verse hella fast. I recorded him too. And then after that, we did a video and he's like, oh, you should be in my crew. And I was like, okay.
Just like that. But what I like about that story though, because what I like to point out, because I work with a lot of independent artists and artists on the rise and coming up, you reached out to him. Like, a lot of people think they're going to just sit back.
Yes.
You reached out to him. You took a chance. And you took it to the next level. You didn't even ask. You presented business.
Facts.
So you came with even bringing out how much for a feature? Not, oh, damn, you trying to charge me? And obviously that's why you're progressing in this game, because you're moving accordingly. So I like to see that. So that's dope, though. You have that backing, and it's not surprising that you still have your own imprint, because you've been putting out stuff consistently. Visuals, music, you know, you've been spitting. I seen you doing shows from even years ago, pre-pandemic.
Yeah,
you know
we've been tapping in a long time. You've really seen my career, like
I've been watching it in not in that kind of way, but it's good.
I always feel like.
But yeah, with social media, it make you feel like you know people, but it's like but it's been good to see, for real.
Thank you for caring.
No, because listen, like you said, this is important to me. This is my lifestyle as well. Hip hop means everything to me. And I'm tired of people saying like there's no new good artists or there's no good people from New York. So to see artists like you on the rise and being consistent and authentic, you know, I love to see it, and I gotta push that.
Thank you.
So right now you have Love Wins. This is an EP. This is under your own imprint. But what was it? It's hard to keep track with the time.
Californication album?
Yeah, that was last year or the year before?
That was, this is the year before.
The year before. So Californication, Westside Tales is your official debut album.
Yeah, I only have one album and that's it.
Okay, so what's the Queen's Gambit? Because I love that too.
EP.
That's okay, EP.
Shout out to Wavy.
Shout out to Wavy, the guy. Somebody else, you know, has been on my platform too. Another person holding it down, and I'm glad to see you link with them.
We're working on Queen's Gambit too right now.
That's a necessity because the first one was fire.
I'm about to play you something.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I will.
But yeah, so you have a catalog. So let's start with the debut though. How did that feel finally? Because you have a lot of material and projects. Yes. How did that feel to get that one out there though, something official?
Californication felt good because just like Love Wins, I changed my style up. Some albums are super conscious or super barred, super abstract. And then I have some EPs or albums where I'm more like, not necessarily pop, but I'm trying to appeal to more different type of hip hop fans. Okay. I can't be spitting a lyrical miracle shit to the kids, you know? I'm going to lose them. So some bodies of work, I mix in. Californication has a house dance song on there. You know, and also it was a story about artists who come to Cali to follow their dreams. People, not just artists. Let me say that. People who come to West to follow dreams, which is actually a recurring theme in history, right? There's constantly different people moving West for different things. We have the tech people, you know, way back, the gold rush. Now you have a lot of musicians moving and actors. So there's a constant theme of like taking risks and following your dreams on Californication that I feel I wanted to appeal to more people. Whereas Queen Gambit is like, nah, if you know what we talking, this is for you. Yes. Versus Californication is like more layers and more light on the ears. Right?
Definitely light on the ears. I think that's a good idea for your debut to do it that way. Plus, I kind of feel like you built up your catalog at that point. So if anyone who's following you, and they should already know that you gets busy and this is not for that. You know what I'm saying? This is something else. So that's dope.
Let's add something to the menu.
Right. Because you got to keep. What's funny is when people want they in order for your favorite artist to build, they have to, you know, expand in some way.
Absolutely.
So they could probably do the same thing, but they might have to work with a different producer. It has to be something in order for them to gain, you know, more traction. Yeah. So, but you're a vocalist as well as a lyricist, though, and a real vocalist. Which came first, as far as
rapping?
So when did you discover that you had a voice
to sing? Well, when I was in 7th grade, I had a little phone, a little not smartphone at the time.
Nah, it was no smartphone.
A little dumb phone, little Nokia.
Hey, it worked. It was for calling people. That's what the phone was for.
So I thought I could sing in my mind, but I hung out with these girls at my middle school that were kind of like the mean girls. They were my friends. And then I was like, if I play this for these bitches and it's not good, they're going to tell me because they're mean. So I was like, let me see. So I sang a song on the phone, recorded it, took it to school. I'm like, hey, y'all, tell me how this sounds. They were like, oh, my God. And I was like, if they think it's good.
Okay. Yeah, harsh critics.
So from that point, I like singing, but I like rapping more because it's like breathing and singing. You got to be on key. You got to have layers.
It's a little less free.
Hell no. Singing, it's funny with singing. We might not know we all know when someone's off key, even if you can't sing.
Even if you can't sing.
That's why we all watch American Idol.
True.
The first few weeks. After that, no one cares.
True.
We all know who can't sing, right? So with singing, it's been a lot of labor. With rap, we could make an album right now.
It's not as structured. It's definitely, you know, free. It's definitely
a voice can crack.
Yeah.
Singing is like playing an instrument. It needs to be correct.
True.
So
right, because there's no notes in rap. Like
hell no, yeah, right. Niggas go do anything.
Even with sometimes with the verses, niggas will give you an 80-bar verse. Like
it's very free. It's talking on beat, but with singing there is a whole. People go to school for music. I think people forget that. Like
because now it's so watered down. It's not like, but people went to school to sing. Went to school to play instruments. You're right.
You go to choir practice. So you don't go to rap practice.
Ain't no rap practice.
You just rap, and you're good or you're not.
You just keep practicing and keep writing. So with that being said, though, so when you started taking the rapping serious as far as pursuit, what was the scene like in Cali as far as for up and coming artists? Because I know how it is in New York. but I know other places don't have.
Well, I'm from the Inland Empire. I'm from San Bernardino, California, which is about an hour and a half from LA. So first, I felt it was necessary for me to infiltrate like the IE where I'm from, get to know a lot of the artists, do shows there.
Okay, smart.
Once I branched out, I felt like I couldn't grow that much more there. I then relocated to LA. So, but I kind of first grew my wings, so to speak, and like got a little more sharp at home first. I started doing mad shows, knowing all the artists, supporting other artists too. You know, like I kind of learned about it first. Then I started doing shows. Finally, when I see other girls rap, at first I never seen no girl rap, but then I seen Il Camille rap, Miss Bliss rap. They're two MCs from LA. Okay. So I'm like, okay.
And you're talking about like rap, not just rap.
Oh yeah, rap, okay. No vocals. One thing about the IE, where I'm from, difference of LA, we grew up knowing like no vocals on your backgrounds, like really rapping. Mm-hmm. It's like a counterculture there to the Hollywoodisms. So then I started taking the train to LA every day. I'll be like scared. I didn't have a car. I didn't have no money. I was like, I need to get to the studio. Ain't no studios in San Bernardino. Dedication. Yes. And speaking of dedication, rest in peace, Nipsey. Because that's when I found out about Nipsey before he was big. I'll be playing Nipsey on the train, like, nice. Just get to it type, you know? And I'll be scared because I'm a girl, like, having to be around whoever. But I just believed in what I was doing. And then I eventually moved to LA. So, but I first started in 909. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that that's a necessity eventually? Like even with being some places in New York, you know, sometimes people move to LA mm-hmm. when they're in pursuit of something or vice versa, or just different parts of New York. Mm-hmm. If you're like, I guess in deep in Long Island or something, you want to get closer to the city. Do you feel that was a necessity to get to LA to pursue? Like eventually?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, because anyone in the world in any industry that's at the top of the industry has to visit LA. Okay. Tech, education, music, you name it. Fashion. And New York is like that too. Eventually you're gonna have to go to New York or LA to do if you're at the top of any of your industries, not just entertainment.
Yeah, no, that's what your point. Because I know a lot of people, like you said, it is a risk. Mm-hmm. You know, or you know, you have to be willing to relocate. So a lot of people try to fight that, but I feel like that's in everyone's story, especially if you're not from these certain areas. I feel like that's in everyone's story that they eventually relocated. Mm-hmm. So during the pursuit, though, when you're working on your craft, I'm assuming you started off the way you rapping for real. Mm-hmm. Was there anyone trying to deter your style of music as far as you know, people always trying to get you to do more mainstream shit or more trendy shit, I'll say. Did you bump into that, or more people just embraced your authenticity?
Probably both, because as a woman, a lot of people want you to be the face of a product versus having your own thoughts. And a lot of women have songwriters. So for me, when I'm in the studio and I'm like, EQ that shit around here, move this here. They like, some people be looking like, who does this bitch think she is? But it's like, I'm a musician. You're not used to that. You're used to a girl that has to sing what you wrote. And there's nothing wrong with that either.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But they want me to be a product of, they want to use my beauty to sell something instead of me being an artist with my own voice. And that's a form of entertainment, but I'm an artist, not just an entertainer.
Definitely an artist.
There's a lot of that, even to this day, of like people trying to tell me what to do too much. But then I just be like, I don't really care. It has to come out under my name. Right. So if I want to do it this way, if I want to tune it down or tune it up or add a snare or whatever, like it's my art and I executive produce everything. So, but I already knew that the industry was, it wasn't inviting for female musicians. It's more invited for female brand, girls who want to be a brand more than
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like, so I already was prepared to deal with that.
But would you say that applies just over, now that you mentioned and saying it like that, would you say that applies overall though? I think it's not friendly to artists, period. Like if you coming in, right, like trying to be an artist, you're going to have a hard time.
That's true.
Everyone's more focused on brands, like you're saying.
Yeah, you have to be aware of your brand, but A lot of people try to use women to be the object of whatever they're selling.
Okay.
Beauty is sales. Sex sells. And at the end of the day, as a woman, like, again, most women are being written for. That's just what it is. So when you're a woman who doesn't need that, I don't need you to tell me to sequence my songs. I sequence my records. I pick all these songs we played, I picked the beats. Some of the beats I had changed or switched up, right? Whereas girls are kind of being handed records.
True.
Sing this, do it like this, and get to the money and look good. With me, I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to listen to you.
Because they don't care. They don't care as much as you care. That's the thing, too.
And that's why I learned to engineer. So I could be in charge of all these things. And actually do it with confidence. And, like, sound good.
I'm about to say, and get to the way you sound. Like, how hard is that, though, as a recording artist? How hard is it to get a song exactly how you heard it in your head? Like, I know that's tough. Like,
it's a lot of, like when I go to record, I record really fast. But what people don't see is that I did 1 million takes at home.
Right. See, you don't. Yeah, a lot of people
really
come to the studio and play.
Hell no, I don't have the budget for that. I don't have the time. When I come to New York, I'm paying for this. So I had a session the other day. In 4 hours, we did like 5 records.
Nice.
So I have to really, as an indie artist, I have to make sure my output is high for a little bit. A little bit I have to make bigger. So like, it's hard to get it how you want. But also, I notice myself compared to other artists, I don't really be tripping like that. Like, I feel like I'm always going to make a better song. So I don't have such a perfection in my blood as some artists do.
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, the mix, the master. I want it to be great, but also it ain't going to stay on the hard drive. It doesn't serve me or anybody staying on the hard drive.
That's the thing with a lot of, some people have so many songs and it's like, what difference does it make if it's just on the hard drive? The fuck we doing?
It's not making you money. It's not helping the fans. It's not helping you grow. And you are also insecure because you don't have the top equipments or the top VSTs and shit. But guess what? You got to suck before you're good.
Got to put it out there.
Anyway, yeah. And you might not have a Bob Power mix on the shit. But guess what? A nigga like Dr. Dre can tell that it has potential to be that, or like your listeners can tell, like, oh, he's growing. That mix was still better than the one a year ago.
And consistency, you never know what opportunities consistency could bring. Because somebody will see that you're doing and they might lower the price on their studio or might lower the price on their fee, or they could recommend you to some.
Yes. Now imagine if it was just on the hard drive. Once again, not serving anyone.
Listen, I get it, man, because even with the media and the platform, you got to find ways to keep it going, find ways to keep the content. So
I think when I have perfection in mind is when, like you mentioned, singing, right? There's songs that I wrote, R&B songs 7 years ago that just came out because I knew I had to develop my voice. So more with R&B, I might have that.
Well, like you said, though, it's less free R&B.
Because I hear it in my head how I need to sound, but I might not can hit that note yet. So I got to wait till I can. Or like maybe give it to someone one day or something. But with rap, hip-hop isn't made to be perfect.
Right.
To me.
Nah, overall though, it's never. I guess when you just have a picture in your mind, you might want to try to knock that out and get that specific. But overall, yeah, it's beautiful madness, hip hop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of artists are insecure.
I mean, I understand it though, because you're putting your thoughts out there, yourself out there for critique and judgment. So you got to be a strong person and confident person to even do that. So that's why a lot of people be on the sideline watching, because they But it's like, listen, man.
But it's part of the game.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Yeah, it's part of the game. You can't be a boxer and be scared to get hit.
Yeah, it's going because if you think every opinion is going to be favorable, then you might as well just wrap it up.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have everybody in the sun praising you, and it'll be those 3 people that'll still be like, so you can't worry about that.
Right.
So with that being said, though, what do you say is your first official project, though? You would say as far as
Rebirth.
Okay. So
7 songs.
So that's a little bit later on after I think I came onto your music.
Rebirth is my very first EP I ever put out.
So what the Sharon, what was the Sharon Sheep?
Shearing Sheep is...
That's after that.
I have a lot of music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let me check. I have a lot of music. Shearing Sheep is... That might not even be on a project.
Might just be a single, but I just mean time frame. Because that's the very first thing I caught on.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that was before Planet Asia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You was just, not to say like that, but you know you were an artist.
Yeah.
You weren't really linked to no label, no nothing like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been watching, not like that. I've been watching. I've been watching the progress. Like
Seafoam, that came out in 4-song EP. That came out.
That was before Rebirth.
A long time ago. Yep. No, Rebirth is first.
Rebirth is first? Okay.
Nobody knows about Rebirth because I've only printed up so many CDs and but yeah, Seafoam has Shearing Sheep, Boss, Bloodbath, and Hitta.
Okay. So you would say you've kind of found, I know there's, especially with an artist like you, I know there's so much more to come, but you would say you kind of found your, right, because it doesn't make sense for people to come and tell you do this and that, because I feel like you kind of found your presentation, your lane. And like you say, you're still expanding and you know where you want to expand, but I like the catalog. I like what you're presenting, and you're staying true to yourself, and that's why kind of is motivating to me, because I know how it is with a million opinions, and people want trendy this and trendy that. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you. So, definitely the case, especially in LA. They want
in LA,
more pop sound.
Okay.
But I am an artist, you know. I'm not here to be what everyone else is.
Right.
Like, I'm not here to serve what everyone else is serving.
Because it's backwards. Because I always say it defeats the purpose. If I have to be a character, then I might as well get a job.
Facts, yeah.
Right? What's the difference? Like when you go...
Or go get to the bag. Have a bunch of songwriters.
Just have, like... Because if I don't... The whole point of this is for me to be myself. So it doesn't make any sense for me to be trapped in a character.
Facts.
So I don't understand artists who end up getting trapped in a character. It's like you're still going to be miserable. You might as well have to get a fucking 9 to 5. But with that being said, though, before we close it out, I think we talked off camera. You're releasing a video for the Love Wins EP.
Yes,
so you
for the Slabs.
For the Slabs. Oh yeah, we didn't even get to talk before we close out. We're going to talk about that. You mentioned the Planet Asia, like you said, I was rocking before that. At this point now, you're getting features. You're getting features. You have, obviously you're down with Planet Asia. You have the Mussolini and other artists that I work with, New York City in the building.
Yes.
You have For the Slabs coming with the legendary Paul Wall, People's Champ. That's dope right there. Just touch on that, how you got that collab right there, because I know a lot of people sleeping on the board, but what it do, baby?
Paul Wall, he's super great. He's easy to work with, fast, professional, and my homie Day One, he's an A&R as well as a beat maker. I wrote For the Slabs and I sent it to him. I played it for him. I just said I wanted a Houston artist. Thank you. He was like, let's get Paul Wall. I'm like, what the fuck? You just said that so casual, like it's actually possible. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, see what he's going to charge me. And then Paul Wall liked the song so much, he just hopped on it for free. And he sent me his verse back within a week. And I was, like we were saying earlier, you don't want to count your chickens or whatever they say, right? Like, oh, someone's going to do this, so you never get the verse back. You hear that all the time in this business. So first he said he would do it. Then he actually sent it. So, and he said he would do a video if I put up to Houston. So make that happen.
Gotta get to Houston. So that's what's up. You make sure y'all keep your eye open for that. The EP is out now, but keep your eye open for that. For the Slabs featuring Paul Wall with the talented YaH-Ra.
Oh.
Straight out of Cali. I'll say, make sure y'all tap in. It's DagogetaTv where hip hop lives. I stay bringing that authenticity. Stop saying that hip hop is dead. It's very alive and well. Many talented artists out here putting on for the culture. Again, thank you for pulling up.
Thank you.
And I'll make sure y'all tap in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, follow me at YaH Creates, YAH Creates on all socials. And follow this platform. Press subscribe. Don't just watch.
Don't just watch. Hit that red button, mother. Hit that red button.
Exactly. Subscribe, notifications, all that.